Yeah, hey everyone, Brian with you from TheGameCommon, and the time has come. We are in the final round of our AI-only championship series. We are down to the final four, and this is round 3. After the first 2 rounds, the US has a pretty commanding lead with 3,081 points. Gandhi is about 400 behind with 2616. Then Brazil is at 1813, and France is at 1667. So, as we talked about, we are going to be playing on a Pangea map this time, just because we hadn't gotten a Pangea here in the final round, so I think this will be a good map for them. We should bump the disasters up, and we're gonna reload the map maybe a couple times until we get Teddy and Gandhi next to each other, because we've had Teddy next to France, then we had Teddy next to Pedro, and then vice versa. You know, Catherine was next to Gandhi, Catherine was next to Pedro, next to Teddy. So the only thing we've not seen is Teddy next to Gandhi and Pedro next to Catherine. So that's where we're gonna reload a couple times so we get them at least somewhat close to each other. With the Pangea, I mean, you know, there's gonna be a little bit of mixing, but we're gonna go ahead and load into that. I should go ahead and save this again, so let's do F3 here because this is the third final, and we'll be back in a second. All right, let's see how everything shook out. So technically Teddy is next to Gandhi. All right, there you go. And we have France over here next to Brazil. All right, this worked out fine for us. Yeah, I like it. And the funny thing is, Teddy's gonna have to actually work for this one because he's a little bit in a bit of a precarious situation. France, ironically, is maybe in the best, depending on which direction she goes with her second city. And since Brazil is coming down this way, yeah, she might be in a really good spot. Honestly, this might be very advantageous for Gandhi out of all people. Although a lot of his room's gonna be up here in the tundra, so we shall see. So couple notes. They, since the last episode, they did announce more DLC for Civ 6, which is actually coming out next week for me. I think it's actually this week because I'm pretty sure this, the last episode, actually, no, today should be, I don't know what day this episode's coming out, but the new DLC is coming out on the 21st, which is, I think, Thursday next week. So because of that, I'm not going to go ahead and start a series here with the winner, like we talked about. I mean, if Gandhi ends up winning, we already said we weren't going to play him again, but simply because there's just not going to be enough time to play before the new DLC drops, and so I really just want to dedicate all of my free Civ time to be playing the new DLC when it drops, so I'm super excited for it. If you've not seen it, essentially, instead of releasing one expansion, they're doing a season pass, and essentially they're kind of doing an expansion over the next year, which is interesting, and it probably works out well, I think, for a couple reasons. Number one, you know, with people working at home, it puts a little bit of less pressure on them to necessarily have one big expansion come out. But then I also wonder if maybe some of it has to do with all the Civ clones coming out this year, with Old World coming out, and then with not After Earth, oh god, I always forget the name of it. I'm subscribed to its YouTube channel. I should know it. Hold up. Why can I never think about it? Humankind. Yeah. Which is supposed to come out sometime this year. So I'm wondering if maybe they're just trying to keep the Civ content flowing out just to kind of keep it in front of everyone, everyone's brains. So the first content coming out this next Thursday is going to have Colombia and Mayans, and then a new map mode, or rather a new game type called Apocalypse, which I'm super excited for, because I think, and I'm assuming it's like instead of Gathering Storm, or instead of like the different rule sets, you can play Apocalypse. So I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to play Apocalypse on Primordial, which might just be absolutely psychotic. It should be rather fun to see, I think. So we're going to definitely hop into all that stuff as soon as it drops on Thursday. Yeah, I doubt I'm getting it early, so I don't know if they're giving it to anyone early, but they may be, but, you know, I guess I'm not big enough yet or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter, because I enjoy this, and I have no problem giving money to, and the thing is, I'd probably still pay for it. So here's the funny thing, going back to the game, India's actually being beaten down by the barbarians. It looks like they're going to survive, because once again, India popped out those archers extraordinarily early, which has honestly saved their butts thus far in the finals. And honestly, without that archer, they might have been in a really awkward situation. It looks like Teddy's potentially thinking about a war. The Varu are not up, but he does have archers, so he should be okay for the time being. Teddy's at 3. He's gonna put 4 pretty advanced. He's probably going, yeah, I was gonna say next to Lake Michigan. I think he'll be able to hold on to it, but it looks like we do have a war going on now, and those archers are just gonna wreck Teddy. They really are. What about France over here and Brazil? Not much is happening. France is a little sketchy right now, just because those barbarians are going to be a little hard to deal with. Keep in mind, Teddy has a 400-point lead, so at the end of the day, he just needs to win, or he just needs to not lose to Gandhi by 400 points. Right now, he's in first place. Oh my god, he actually almost took one of India's cities. I don't think it's going to happen, though. India's having to convert everything over to archers now at this point, which is rather interesting. Okay, Cincinnati's full loyalty, though. Teddy still has some more locations for cities, which he's throwing down. Yeah, all right, this is good. Brazil is at 5 cities. France is at 5 cities, although they're potentially losing one. India's at 5, so Teddy is actually a little behind now with only 4, although they're about to put city 5 out. How goes the barbarians? Yeah, Rouen is like really low HP, but she got horsemen just in time to save her life. I don't think this era is really going to matter. This is a tiny map. You saw it. I didn't reload or anything, so. You can also hear the dog in the background. Emily's actually home today, so the dog's not in her cage taking a nap right now. So Teddy's still winning. Oh, we want to look at the eras. Everyone got a golden age except Brazil. In the scheme of things, not that big of a deal because he could end up with a heroic age, but like, I don't really think that matters. Oh, other thing is my mic is coming in today, but I'm recording this in the final episode today, so there won't be any difference for this particular series. But starting with, you know, here in the next couple days on some of my other videos, hopefully we'll have some really awesome sounding mics. I finally decided to go XLR mics instead of a USB mic, which a lot of people swear by, and I've been wanting to upgrade for a while. I think I talked about doing it maybe like last Christmas, but it just, I don't know, I couldn't really justify it, and so I finally got around to it. And since I'm upgrading my entire quote-unquote battle station, which I actually hate that name, I really do, since I'm upgrading my entire, it's turned into my gamer cave, which I love it. Like, usually I want to sit on the couch at night and play Xbox, but like the last couple nights I've been like on my computer playing Mountain Blade, Mountain Blade, Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, just because I've been loving that game. And just at night with the LED lights in here, it's just like, it feels so freaking cool. So having a lot of fun with that. All right, Leventa got conquered by Brazil. Doesn't look like that's triggering an emergency, and honestly, it's early enough that that doesn't make much of a difference. Now, people have been mentioning we need to keep a closer eye here on religious victory. I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure, I'm trying to remember. It does say 2 of 4 civs converted. So yeah, we would get the final screen. Yeah, if India won a religious victory, we would have gotten the final screen. So they don't actually have to convert the spectator on this mod. Some of the mods of religious victory is impossible because they have to convert the spectator, but this one's not that. So we would have gotten an ending screen. And honestly, it kind of benefits Gandhi for us, for them not to win a religious victory because they need to earn as many points as possible. So France got a volcano down here, which is kind of interesting. They're also now dealing with crossbows. For now, I think they're okay, but things are getting a little interesting. They could really use some walls. I'm just throwing that out there. Brazil's looking extraordinarily strong. And if there's going to be one potential issue here for India, it's the fact that Brazil might also join in on them here. Now, India has the Varus, so they should survive for the time being. Teddy is popping out knights. I'm pretty sure they're still at war, too. No, they're not. But Teddy with the Knights is going to keep him alive against the Varu. Because, like, right now, these Varu are going to be high damage against Boston and Cincinnati. But as soon as this Knight pops out, these are both going to pop up to 38 at a minimum. Maybe even higher. Although the Pikeman's also there, and the Pikeman's not bad. What's the Pikeman? 45? I never build it, so I don't really know. 41. Yeah, that's why it's a little higher. Well, it's going to be 38 at a minimum, but then every time you add a district, it's going to be another +3. Walls also will increase, you know, blah, 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 blah. There's many, many ways to increase the garrison defense strength, which I did a video if you want to know how that stuff actually works, quite a while ago. We need to do another video like that. It's just been, It's kind of like, those take a lot of work, and I just have been recording just videos that don't require, I don't want to say don't require work, but it's just been easier not to like have to do research and stuff like that, I guess, if that makes sense. So city-state emergency, religious emergency, and then an aid request. So wait a second. Who did you win that religious emergency against? So you ended up flipping Leventa, it looks like. Teddy actually got one of the religions this game, which is rather interesting. And then Brazil had both her and France. So France was the one that ended up without a religion. But with India flipping, India is actually in a really good position to win a religious victory then. Also, France declared war on Brazil and is currently taking Curitiba, all while Rouen is still facing quite a bit of sieging. Anything else worth noting here on this map? There's that little island over there. But no, not really. Not really. You're 2 turns away from popping out the knight, which is going to really make a huge difference here. And Catherine's going to get 8 requests. So most likely, I imagine Curitiba is going to fall. And that's probably going to be the end of Brazil. You need to actually get those warriors closer. Now, the only counter to that is there's a swordsman. Oh, no, they put the swordsman in the city, which probably wasn't a good idea. Because that pikeman now... The funny thing is that other swordsman's incoming. No, you put the... Nah, it's gone. Yeah, there it goes. Not going to be able to hold on to it, but the thing is, this is going to set Brazil back. Remember, Brazil's in 3rd place, but they had to win by, like, what, 1,200 points or something like that? So at this point, I think it's really come down to Teddy versus Gandhi. And right now, Teddy has the early lead still, which I'm not quite sure why. Do you have the wonders? What's going on here? Yeah, he has one more wonder than France. Oh, he actually got Stonehenge, so that's why he got a religion. He's been kind of slow on building those out. So he does have a knight, so you can immediately see Boston 40 versus 42. So, yeah. Yeah, actually, because it'd be 38, and then the city center, if I recall correctly, actually counts as a district. So it's actually +2 per district, Brian, not +3. So that's why they're all at a minimum of 40. Now, if you put the knight in the city, then it's going to be 48 plus then your district. So in this case, this would be at 50, 52 actually now, and same thing here. Also working on the Hue, which I have to say, probably one of the worst Hues in the possible, but... in the scheme of things, yeah, it's okay. So Leventa actually got released. Okay. Did everyone declare? Oh, that's what happened. Everyone declared war on Brazil. Which, ironically, probably is stopping India and Teddy from fighting each other. That's kind of ironic. So Leventa got flipped. France is now going for Sao Paulo, even though they've already left Fortaleza and Curitiba, and they're currently flipping back. But ultimately, what's happening here is this is just slowing down France's, any possibility of France gaining decent amounts of score. Is anyone else working on Hue? No, because no one else has lake tiles. Now, France might actually trigger war now against everyone. Yeah, that one passed. So the question is everyone now at war with France? Not Teddy. Okay, so Teddy is still maintaining a war with Brazil then, or is Teddy preparing a war against India? He's still at war with Brazil. Not quite sure what his plan is here. His troops are out of position, though, if he didn't want to declare war. Now, the thing is, I don't think Teddy can take over India right now. Not with the war elephants. He's probably going to need his Rough Riders. If he can get his Rough Riders out, then all of a sudden, I think a war becomes feasible. I forgot to switch the turn timers, but it doesn't matter. What were we doing? 315 or are we doing 300? I got to go back and look at the videos. That won't be till next episode, but yeah, I got to go back and look at the videos and see what's happening here. France is building a few wonders as well, which in the scheme of things, Teddy's fine with. Like, if you're rooting for Teddy, yeah, France, go ahead and build all the wonders. As long as Gandhi's not getting them. Gandhi has now moved into 2nd place. Most likely, it's probably religious. No? No? Did he catch up with wonders then? He's still at 60. What happened to France? Oh, you know what? We probably looked at France when she had both of these cities. Because I bet those are worth quite a bit of Era's score, having both of those. India has Sao Paulo, but there's no way India holds on to Sao Paulo. Wait, India? Oh, India's still at war with Brazil as well. Okay. So India didn't peace out. India just joined a war against France as well. France has coursers. All right. All right. Starting to get units that can fight against the Varu. Teddy is just kind of like chilling right now. Not really anything happening here in World Congress, so let's just keep the thing going. India's getting Mount St. Michel, which is going to give them a wonder. Forbidden Palace over here for Teddy. So Teddy's actually working on 2 different wonders right now. Wonders are honestly really huge specifically, I think, in this particular round. Just because, like, if Teddy's popping out all the wonders, he's going to be hard to beat. even being completely stuck over here. Now, the one thing that could happen is India could still come and absolutely wipe him out near the end of the game. But with Teddy's winning in science, man. So that's somewhat unlikely. Boston now has walls as well. He really needs these walls in Cincinnati, and he did get the Hue, by the way. Just finished it. But yeah, if he can get walls in Cincinnati, it might just be GG. He still has a couple more city locations. He can come here. He can come here. Potentially could come over there, but I don't know. I don't know what he's doing right now with this Leventa stuff, because he just has all his troops sitting there. Another religious emergency against Teddy. Oh, snap. Sorry, against Gandhi. So Gandhi technically can win a religious victory. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So... because he can't. So Teddy's completely wiped out in the religious game. Oh, snap. Something's being delivered. Something of mine is being delivered. Either my speakers or my mic. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Gotta wrap this episode up. But yeah, so right now Brazil's the only one that can actually fight against it. It actually benefited India that Teddy got the religion as opposed to France. Because if France had the religion, it would be so much harder for him to take over France. Dang, dude. Okay. This is not a good idea, though, for Gandhi. Like, getting religious points, good. Winning the game early, bad. Because that essentially just guarantees Teddy the victory. So, we're going to have to really keep an eye on it. He just ended up converting Salvador. But there's still a few more faith sites here. Fortaleza still has one. Is that it? That is the only one left? And then at that point, he's just got free reign. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's crazy. That is really, really crazy. By the way, did they take it? It failed. Teddy actually voted against it too, because, I don't know, Teddy doesn't care about religion, even though he got a religion. I guess he was like, screw France. I don't know. Or maybe this is big brain right here from Teddy. He's purposely trying to let Gandhi go out early with the religion. Because, like, seriously, he didn't do anything with the religion. So maybe he's trying to get India to go out early so that he just immediately wins because India's just not going to get enough points. Dude, this is big brain right here. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Truck's still sitting outside. Not sure what's going on here. My boxes aren't that big. This is like a huge delivery truck. I wonder if this is maybe for someone else and not me. Because it's not like, it's supposed to be UPS or FedEx. I think I'm getting deliveries from both. And this is definitely not from either of them. So I have no idea what that is. All right. Any wonders being popped out right now? Yeah, Alhambra for Teddy. So Teddy, he's going to keep building on his lead right now. India, how are you going to make a comeback? Coliseum? Okay. Sure. Oh, Teddy's at war with him now. Interesting. I think this is still a little early. A lot of warrior monks, which aren't going to be as useful, specifically now that Teddy has bombards, musketmen, and pike and shots. I still think this is too early for Teddy. I really think he needs the Rough Riders before he can make a war happen. So Gandhi got another religious emergency triggered. Okay. And then Pedro once again conquered Leventa. So this, once again, might actually... Yep, they both joined in again. So everyone declared war on France again. Or, sorry, Brazil. This is actually really good for Teddy, because I think he would have lost most of his army here trying to take this Jaipur right now. I really do think he needs the Rough Riders first. The warrior monks aren't that strong. But the Varu are still decent enough at this point in the game. They're not great, but the -5 is going to make them just okay enough that it would be really hard for Teddy to actually have, I think, conquered Jabalpur. Especially with a 52 garrison defense strength. I mean, this is only 55. The Bombard would help, but the Knights are 48, you know? Unless he had armies or corps, I just don't see that being possible. So... are we going to 300 or are we going to like 275? I don't remember. Or sorry, 315. Don't remember. So Brazil immediately lost the religious emergency. Sorry, the conquering emergency again. The city-state emergency again. It's like the third time. Actually, second time. But man, that's kind of disappointing. How's France doing? France is actually in last place. Interesting. I wonder why though. Brazil has no wonders. She's a little behind on Great People. And I guess that religion. Yeah, I mean, honestly, she's barely behind, so the religion's the only thing. But then again, she has the wonders. 45 versus 36. 52, 54. Oh, error score. Okay. Speaking of religion. All right, so Brazil has pushed back India. Okay, so if you're rooting for India to make a comeback here, there is a chance. Just because, I mean, yes, you don't want him to win a religious emergency. And sorry, not win the religious emergency, but win the religious game. Now, I think the last time we had it, partly what happened is India won a religious emergency, and people are like, you should give them bonus points for winning, not a religious emergency, for winning a religious game, for winning a game. And it's like, I don't know. I think that's why we ended up doing the 1v1. At this point, I mean, if Teddy wins this game, there's no reason to do a 1v1. Like, Gandhi, it clearly has been second best. Like, hasn't Teddy won every game? No, he lost last game. Yeah, who won last game? France won last game, right? Yeah, France won last game. So Gandhi's just been in second place every game. So, which isn't bad to win. Like second place, first place is a potential victory condition. But that's not really saying, hey, we deserve to have a 1v1 between Gandhi and USA. Now, I'm sure some of you who want the content, yes, you would argue that. I definitely can't wait to get some of the new civs, though. We'll probably not do another AI championship series, though, because there's only 2 coming with this first one. We'll probably wait for a few more than that before we end up doing another AI championship series. We'll probably do some more AI onlys, though, just with some of the newer civs. But we'll see. We'll see how things work out. We'll see how I'm feeling. See, you know, how content, you know, starved we are for the channel, which right now it's one of these things where it's like there's too much stuff coming out. Like there's a new Total War leader pack coming out on the 21st as well, and it's like, dang, I'm kind of wanting to go back to Warhammer, but probably not. I mean, I don't think I'll pick that up, specifically because we still have both XCOM going and Gears, and I'm really having fun with both of those games. The funny thing is, so, and if you guys haven't been watching those, both of them are very much like XCOM likes. And to begin with, I really was enjoying probably Gears Tactics a little bit more. But like the more I'm playing XCOM Tactics, the more I'm kind of realizing that the game's just a little different than XCOM 2, and it plays differently. And I'm starting to enjoy it a little more. So I'm having a lot of fun with that one as well now. So anyways, I think we're going to go ahead and put a cut here, and we're going to go ahead and be ready for the final episode of the final round of the championship series. And Teddy's just basically going to try holding on to his victory here. He does have the Rough Riders out, and he has Rough Riders core, so this is going to be an interesting war. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, drop a like, comment, let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button, join the game, comment, share your support. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.